For United WFC live Twitter show. It is final countdown just before the match kicks off. Obviously, with the blackout, no one's tweeted any team news just yet. The Man United app, Man United website, still nothing. We've got some Cavani news, which is great, but with the game being on in literally 1 hour's time, I thought they would have at least tried to put some team news on. Natalie just sent me a voice note, but I can't listen to it because I'm live on my phone, so maybe she's got some sort of news. But we're just going to talk a little bit about, obviously, what we expect the team news to be. Vix is in the comments. We've all tried to find the starting lineup. I'm sure there's some journalists out there that will know, but just not tweeting it. So that's understandable. I can understand that. But we're just going to crack on anyway. Anthony, how you keeping, mate? You okay?
Yeah, good. Yeah, just about recovered from yesterday. I played 85 minutes yesterday, wing back. So
okay.
But no, it was a good. We won, and I got man of the match. So
well done.
Couldn't go wrong. So, but apart from that, I'm all good. Thank you. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. You're a lot fitter than I am if you play a wing back.
yeah, exactly. It's a bit harder at 31 than 21, but
yeah, no, that's good, and it's good that we could actually go out and meet a few of our mates now and get back into similar things that we could do 16 months ago, isn't it? Thanks to everybody who's watching. If you do get the team news, please pop it in the comments and we'll discuss it. But before we talk about this game ahead, we haven't had a chance to speak to Anthony yet about the rumours of LJ to Chelsea. I've obviously said my bit, and I know Matt and Ben said their bit yesterday on the Saturday Night Live. But Anthony is looking quite looking true, at least. And what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, like I said to you before, they've been circulating for a couple of months now. So I'm not surprised. I've heard that possibly she was homesick and that. So on that note, you can't blame her really. Career-wise, if I'm being honest, I reckon it's a bad move for her. I think it'll... Yeah, you could say it may improve her as a player with all them players around her, but I can see it hampering her because how much more of a chance does she get? She struggled with injuries a lot this year. So other than the goal against Chelsea and that, I can't really remember too many times where she has impacted it for us. We know she'll get better and she can get better, but I think it will just halt it a bit, her progress, not because we know if Lauren James is fit, then there is a good chance of her starting. But whereas with Chelsea, you're not just got to stay fit, you've got to constantly be on it. Like if you have one bad game, that could be you on the bench for the next game. Whereas with United, yeah, if you're not a guaranteed starter, but you're more likely to start even if you've had a bad game. So, well, time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. I agree. I think Vix in the comments is saying pretty much what everybody's saying. There's no chance. There's no certainty that she's ever going to start a game. Obviously, she's young. She could be a Chelsea player for the next 10 years, and she could come through gradually. There's no rush. But I think the fact that Casey's known her since she was like 14 years old when she was at Arsenal, the fact that she's brought her here as a youngster, she's developed her. Okay, this season we haven't seen much of her, but that's down to injuries, nothing down to the lack of form or anything else. I do think that the way the fans idolise her here as well. We all do really rate LJ highly, so it's a big step for LJ to come away from that to a new club. But I do understand why she'd want to as well, because there are pros and cons. Her family's down in London, so that's obviously a big thing at that age. So and yeah, she might think that she can win trophies there as well.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, although I reckon she'd have been better off going to Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal's depth is great. I think she would have had easier time of getting into the Arsenal team.
That's a good point. Yeah. We'll move on, Anthony, to our predictions for the starting 11. I'm sure it'll come up on the website soon or somewhere at least. Obviously, goalkeeper hopefully will speak for himself. The way it's going at the moment, it doesn't look like there's any changes. It looks like Casey's still going strong, needing to pick up as many points as we can.
Yeah.
Especially with Arsenal playing at the moment. They've just recently kicked off. They need to drop points now in their remaining 2 games. So if we say, do you think Mary Earps will be in goal? Do you think we'll go for a strong starting 11, Anthony?
Yeah. She won't make many changes. The only change I can really see her making personnel-wise is slotting Jackie maybe back in for.
Mm-hmm.
It would be probably, well, it depends who she plays up front. It would either be for Siggy or Zellum, but I think after last week's performance, unless she has to change through injury or knocks, which we don't get to hear about enough, unfortunately, then I think it'll be pretty much the same.
Yeah,
same team. Like I discussed with you, I thought I was going to put Leah in my lineup league, but then I saw a few comments and that in midweek, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe she'll be on the bench. No point rushing them back with 2 games left. And in a funny sense, Leicester in the FA Cup is probably our most important game left of this season. Unfortunately, we all know it's going to take Arsenal to lose a game and draw or draw 2 and us win 2. So, like you said, never say never, but it's not like the men's Premier League, is it? If Arsenal were playing West Ham and it was the men's, you'd have a bit more confident. You think, oh yeah, West Ham could get a result, but the gap in quality is a bit wider in the women's game.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal are on fantastic form, aren't they? I think they've won pretty much every game in the last 10 or something in the WSL, if not more than that. So, yeah. But, yeah, we just need to do our own bit, and that's what we're going to do. So regarding that then, so Leah Galton, I thought the same, and then I saw Casey's press conference a couple of days ago where she said that she's basically going to manage her and, for the rest of the season. So I would have thought she would have started until that comment. So, yeah, she might be just coming on off the bench. I think a lot of people would say, yeah, we don't need to risk her. I think, Anthony, you kind of just alluded to that. Just the Leicester game is the main one in a couple of weeks' time. So, if she's fully fit for that one, then that'll be brilliant. And we've still got the players. I think if we can beat Tottenham the way that we did last week with that starting 11, we should be pretty much the same today. I appreciate Bristol will probably be fighting harder than Tottenham. They may not have the quality, but they'll probably be fighting harder than Tottenham did last week. Last time I checked, I think the Midland clubs were drawing, so I think that still means that Bristol are bottom. Bristol will be fighting. Go on, Anthony. Have we got some news there?
No news. But going back to you on about the Midlands draw, obviously you've probably seen it on Twitter. Potentially, Birmingham could lose their point, or I don't know how the FA will deem it. But obviously, if they get deducted points for having an eligible player through admin error, then that won't be good for Birmingham. Maybe Bristol City's saving grace. But it's so tight down there. Even mathematically, at the moment, even Spurs can go down. They won't because the amount of teams below them, but they're still not mathematically safe. So.
It's a tough one for me because obviously living in the Midlands, Aston Villa and Birmingham, I want them both to stay up because it's a nice away day for me, and I've got fans. I've got friends who are fans of the men's team at least, so I can try and encourage them to come to the games with me next season. But obviously Bristol City with 2 former United players there, I don't really want to see them go down either. So it's a tough one. I think I'll be disappointed no matter which team goes down out of those 3. But yeah, like I say, moving it back onto this game, I agree Leah Galton will probably start on the bench, which means that maybe it'll be Hansen Hansen, Press, and Siggy maybe, unless if Tooney plays out wide. Ross came on as a sub last time. I don't think she'll be a starter this time. I don't think so. Providing Press, Hansen, and Siggy are all fit, I think it would be good to see them play again. Line up out. Thank you very much, guys. So, and it's unchanged. Okay, that's pretty much what you said. Apart from maybe Jackie could have started and she hasn't.
So it's unchanged.
I looked at Adam Millington's post and he hasn't tweeted since the 30th of April. So I thought to myself, okay, I thought Adam would be there. So thanks, Vix, for that. That's brilliant news. Make sure you sorry, go on, Anthony.
You say unchanged, yeah?
Unchanged, yeah.
Oh,
and just to help.
Oh, my gamble worked then.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Just to help Adam out, if everyone just see this, retweet Adam's tweet because it's very nice of him to put that out because he's been on the show before. He's very helpful. So thank you to Adam for doing that. So the team's unchanged, which means that still obviously very attacking. We've got the front three correct. Middle three, the midfielders. I wonder why Jackie's not started as often now, Anthony.
Oh, sorry, it's a tough one, isn't it? Lucy's been doing great.
Yeah,
and Zellum, she seems to get the nod. She's our captain, obviously. Set pieces as well, which may come into a factor. It's a difficult one because in the podcast the other night when I was on the Barmy Army podcast, we discussed our player of the year, and the same two names came up, Jackie and Ona.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you've got Tooney and that who's playing. She obviously, Tooney's been brilliant this season, I think. So
yeah,
it is a hard one, but Casey will have her reasons. But if I was Jackie, I wouldn't be too disheartened. You look at it before Lad got injured. Lad was in the squad and then went onto the bench, and she was one of our best players last year. Like Vicky said with tape, you just don't. They don't tell you, do they? It could just be that she's got a knock or something, and there's no point risking it. Like Vicky's just said there, bad pitch at Bristol. There's no need to take unnecessary risks, especially they'll also be wanting to be fit for the Olympics. So if they don't go and get a bad injury or something, then that's them out of the Olympics representing their country and also can have effect going into next season. Like I said earlier, there's no need for us to make unnecessary risks at this time. It's not. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think everyone in the comments will agree as well. And also, it is. I'm not going to say it's an easy game, but they are bottom of the league, so it's not like we're playing a top team that we need to win as such. So I can understand it. I really can. So if Tooney's playing, she'll probably play in the centre, like you say, with Lucy Stan and Zellum. We know Hailey's out for the rest of the season as well with a hamstring injury. So yeah, I'm fairly happy with that starting 11. I am happy with that starting 11. I can see goals. There's always a possibility that Bristol can hit us under a counter-attack, which we know Ebony Salmon, if she's playing, then she's very capable of doing that, as she's done it to us last season. Was you at that game, Anthony, last season where we lost 1-0 at Leigh Sports Village?
Oh yeah, it was one of them games where it was a smash and grab.
Yeah,
definitely. Going back to the squad quickly, it's just come up. I know she said she was going to manage Russo better, but has Russo suffered enough setback because she's not even on the bench today?
Yeah, I think it was mentioned last week that she got suffered with a setback. I think I saw it on Twitter somewhere because once again we've been kind of led up the garden path a little bit with Russo, not intentionally, but I just think the amount of times that we've heard that Russo could be back here, could be back here, could be back here. And she finally ends up on the bench last week. Still doesn't play, and now obviously not even on the bench this week. It's very disappointing, but obviously we've got to do what's right for the player, of course. It's just a shame that it's pretty much been all season. I think she played. Well, I don't even know how many games she played, but it's about a month.
Birmingham, West Ham.
Yeah.
But it'll be like having a new player next year, though, won't it?
Well, it will, and we'll be discussing this on the Monday show, like a little bit about transfers and this, that, and the other. And we know the Champions League, not making Champions League, will affect us in the transfer market. But let's be honest, the likes of Russo still joined us last season without being in Champions League. Ona, one of our players of the season, she came to us without being in Champions League. So I still think that, like you say, with Russo playing again next season, I do think that there are options out there, even if we don't make Champions League, that where we can still push forward. Let's try and get a bit of a prediction on this game. And so, first of all, how do you think it'll be? Do you think it'll be like a dominant performance or a cagey performance, or how do you see the game going?
We'll have most of the possession as normal. Like I said, we need to just regard against complacency. They'll look for Ebony's pace, and as you've seen a few times in the season, we can get caught out of the back. So we need to be aware of that, on guard. I think as the game goes result-wise and that, I think as long as we do the basic things right, pass, don't be wasteful with the ball, that be clinical like we were first half last week, then I can only see us winning. I don't think it's going to be 5s and 6s personally. I think it's going to be a lot more tighter than what people think. I think maybe we'll win by a couple of goals. I'm going to say 3-1. I just think they're the team. They're fighting, so I think they'll nab a goal. Obviously, because they're fighting for safety, they're going to be up for it. It's going to be a battle. We need to make sure that we're strong in the middle and win the first and second ball.
Yeah. I agree. I think when you look at us, I do think we'll be dominant on the ball. I think we'll be looking at breaking them down, but I don't think we can do it the same way as we did against Burnley, where we just leave 2 centre-backs back and then all the full-backs bombing forward. I do think we need to be a lot more careful than that. We know that Ebony Salmon can potentially a long ball over the top. She can outpace Million Amy. So we have got to be very careful on how high up the pitch that we actually are. But yeah, I can't say anything more than a United win. I think it has to be. I think I've been saying 4-0 all week. So, I'll probably stick with like a 3-0 or 4-0. That's being very positive, of course.
Yeah.
I do think that if we get 1 or 2 up, potentially Bristol's heads will drop, even though I know that they're fighting for their lives, but I do think that could happen. So yeah, I'm going to go for a very positive 4-1, but 4-0, but it could quite easily be a 1-0 in the last 5 minutes, couldn't it? So I guess we'll see. Anthony, I hope you enjoy the match, and I'll see you back here at half time.
Yes, we'll do. Yep, hopefully it'll be a good first half we can talk about.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nice one, Anthony. See you soon, mate.
Right. Thank you very much. You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, mate.